Suicide bombing, rocket strikes, and clashes with the Taliban are normal in the war-torn country of Afghanistan. In February, Afghanistan saw a ghastly attack by a suicide bomber. The attack took place at a police checkpoint near the entrance of the Marshal Fahim Military Academy to the west of Kabul. The bombing killed 7 people, which included 2 civilians, 4 military personnel, and the suicide bomber. 12 other people, including 5 civilians, were wounded in the cowardly attack. Just a month after the attack by a suicide bomber in Kabul, gunmen armed with rifles opened fire on March 6 on a memorial ceremony in Kabul, which killed at least 32 people and wounded dozens more. The attack came as the US signed a peace deal with the terrorist faction Taliban earlier in the week. The gunmen, who were hiding at a nearby building, were killed during a standoff with the Afghani security forces. Ever since the French satire weekly Charlie Hebdo published cartoons of Prophet Muhammad, France has seen multiple acts of terror by armed Islamist extremists. In the month of September, to mark the beginning of trials of 2015 attack at a Charlie Hebdo offices, the Satire Weekly decided to republish the cartoons of Prophet Muhammad. What followed was a stabbing outside the former headquarters of Charlie Hebdo in Paris. 2 people were wounded in the stabbing by a man of Pakistani origin who hacked the victims using a meat cleaver. France saw a series of acts of terror after the French satire weekly Charlie Hebdo's offices were attacked by Kouachi brothers in 2015. After the meat cleaver attack in September, on 16 October 2020, a young refugee from Chechnya beheaded Samuel Paty, a teacher who had shown some of the cartoons of Prophet Muhammad to his pupils. Just a few weeks later, another attack took place, this time at a church in Nice, where a young man from Tunisia went on a stabbing spree, killing 3 people. While the ISIS wreaked havoc in the Middle East, Boko Haram terrorized the residents of Nigeria. The Islamic extremist group, founded in 2002, has been responsible for scores of massacres in Nigeria. In November, several people were killed after armed men on motorcycles attacked farmers in the village of Koshibe, Nigeria, in Borno State. Over 100 civilians and peasant farmers were killed while 6 were severely wounded. 15 women were also kidnapped from the area. Although no one claimed responsibility for the attack, it is thought to be carried out by the Boko Haram insurgency. Months after the Koshibe massacre, the Islamist extremist group Boko Haram did not spare the residents of Nigeria, even on the eve of Christmas. At least 7 people in the majority Christian village of Pemi were killed by a militant group on the eve of Christmas. Several eyewitnesses claimed that they heard gunshots and saw people getting killed. The militant group has also been responsible for several kidnappings, especially of school children in the area. The attacker, a dual Austrian-Macedonian national, Kostim Fejluzai, went on a rampage and killed 4 people while injuring more than 20. The attacker was later shot dead by the police. The gunman used a Serbian assault rifle reminiscent of the Soviet era, a machete, and ammunition made in Serbia and China to carry out the attack. The weapons used by the gunman baffled the authorities as they had trouble figuring out how the weapons reached Austria and how the attackers travelled along with the weapons to the city centre on the night of the massacre. In June 2020, Pakistan's stock exchange came under attack from militants. The attack killed at least 5 people while injuring many in the grenade attack. According to local media reports, the gunmen attacked the stock exchange with grenades and guns. The building houses the head offices of several private banks. The attack came a week after a grenade was thrown at a line of people who were waiting outside a government welfare office. Toronto witnessed a ghastly attack in 2020 by a 17-year-old boy who stabbed a woman to death inside a downswing massage parlor in Toronto. The attacker was later charged with terrorism, while the police alleged that he carried out the assault in the name of the Incel movement. The Incel movement is adopted by an online community of men and boys who rage against women and blame them for their sexless lives. Some radicals in the group also advocate for social and sexual rebellion.